We've all been there, staring at that corner of the yard that just collects random stuff. Old tires, broken pots, empty containers that somehow multiply when we're not looking. What if I told you that pile of junk is actually a goldmine of garden potential? Today, we're turning those overlooked castoffs into show-stopping garden features that'll have your neighbors asking for your secret, because sometimes the most beautiful transformations start with what others throw away. Whether you're dealing with budget constraints, limited space, or just that stubborn spot that never seems to work, we're about to change your perspective on what's possible. Every gardener deserves a space that reflects their creativity, and you don't need a designer budget to make it happen. Sometimes the most stunning garden features come from the most unexpected places. If you're new here, you've just joined a community of creative garden enthusiasts who believe that every outdoor space, no matter how small or challenging, can become a personal sanctuary. We're not about perfection here, we're about possibility. We're fellow gardeners who love getting our hands dirty, finding clever solutions, and celebrating those aha moments when something clicks just right. At Garden Homes, we prove that the best garden transformations often come from the simplest ideas and the most unexpected material. Whether you're working with a tiny balcony or sprawling backyard, we're here to inspire your next garden adventure. Today we're exploring 5 incredible ways to transform common household waste into stunning garden features using materials you probably already have or can find for practically nothing. These aren't just money-saving hacks, they're creative solutions that add personality, function, and serious wow factor to your outdoor space. You'll discover how to turn shipping pallets into vertical garden walls, transform old tires into colorful planters, create magical evening lighting with glass jars, build whimsical fairy gardens from broken pots, and craft space-saving herb towers from tin cans. Each project is designed to be achievable in a weekend, budget-friendly and completely adaptable to your unique space and style. By the end of this video, you'll never look at trash the same way again. If you love transforming outdoor spaces on a budget and discovering creative ways to make your garden uniquely yours, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button to join our growing community of garden innovators. Your support helps us keep bringing you fresh ideas, practical solutions, and the inspiration to create beautiful spaces without breaking the bank. We genuinely appreciate every one of you who chooses to be part of this journey with us. Project 1. The Pallet Planter Wall. Picture this: a blank fence transformed into a living tapestry of cascading flowers and lush greenery. The Pallet Planter Wall creates instant vertical drama while maximizing growing space in the smallest garden. This rustic meets refined look brings texture, color, and life to forgotten corners, turning eyesores into garden focal points that literally bloom with possibility. Start with heat-treated pallets. Look for HT stamps from grocery stores, hardware shops, or online marketplaces. Many businesses are happy to give them away. You'll need outdoor wood stain or paint, landscape fabric, potting soil, and small plants or seed. Budget around $350 total depending on plant choices. Avoid chemically treated pallets and inspect for loose nails or damaged boards. A weekend scout around local businesses often yields several quality pallets for free. Mount against sunny fences, garage walls, or balcony railings where they'll catch morning light. These work beautifully in narrow side yards or as privacy screens on patio. Plant trailing varieties like petunias or nasturtiums for cascading color, or create an edible wall with herbs like thyme, oregano, and trailing cherry tomatoes. The rustic wood complements both cottage gardens and modern landscapes, adapting to your existing style. Sand rough edges and apply weather-resistant stain or embrace the weathered look for instant character. Line planting pockets with landscape fabric to retain soil while allowing drainage. Remember, your version might be even better than anything we could imagine. Focus on what works for your space rather than perfect replication. The beauty lies in the imperfections and personal touches you add. Seal wood annually to extend life and consider seasonal plant rotations for year-round interest. In harsh winters, cover with garden fabric or move portable versions to sheltered spots. Water regularly as vertical gardens dry faster than ground plantings. These aren't your grandmother's painted tire planters. We're talking sophisticated color combinations and strategic placement that turn automotive waste into garden art. Stack them for dramatic height, hang them for unexpected vertical interest, or cluster them for bold statement area. Source clean tires from local garages, tire shops, or online classifieds. Most shops dispose of dozens weekly and appreciate your eco-friendly rescue mission. Invest in quality outdoor spray paint 8 to 12 per tire. Drill drainage holes and budget $15 to $25 per planter including soil and plant. Clean tires thoroughly with degreasing soap before painting. Avoid tires with embedded steel belts for easier drilling. Create tiered garden beds by stacking 2 to 3 tires in sunny spots or hang single tires on sturdy fence posts for eye-level bloom. They work brilliantly as pathway markers, entrance features, or in children's garden areas where whimsy is welcome. Paint in colors that complement your home's exterior: soft sage with white trim, bold turquoise with warm brick, or classic black for contemporary appeal. Choose colors that make you smile rather than following trends. Your garden should reflect your personality. Drill several drainage holes in the bottom tier and consider adding gravel for improved drainage in heavy clay soil. Stack with larger tires on bottom for stability, or use them individually for flexibility. Trust your instincts on placement. You can always move them if they're not quite right. Light-colored paint prevents overheating in summer heat, crucial for root health. In freezing climates, empty and store stacked tires indoors or plant with cold hardy perennials. Refresh paint every 2 to 3 years for maintained vibrancy. Project 3. Mason jar lanterns. There's something magical about soft flickering light dancing through glass in an evening garden. Mason jar lanterns transform ordinary pasta sauce containers into enchanting luminaries that extend your garden enjoyment well past sunset. Whether clustered on tables or suspended from branches, they create intimate spaces that invite lingering conversations and peaceful moments. Collect wide-mouth glass jars from your kitchen recycling. Thrift stores $1 or $2 each, or ask friends to save theirs. Add battery-operated tea lights $10 for 12, jute twine or wire for hanging $5, and optional glass paint for tinting $60. Total cost under $25 for a dozen lanterns. Avoid narrow-mouth jars that make candle placement difficult, and inspect for cracks that could worsen with temperature changes. Hang from tree branches at varying heights for fairy tale ambiance, cluster on patio tables for intimate dining, or line garden paths for safe evening navigation. Pair with night blooming flowers like 4 o'clocks or evening primrose that open as your lanterns begin to glow. Clear glass offers classic elegance, while soft amber or blue tinting creates mood lighting that complements different garden styles. Battery tea lights eliminate fire concerns and work in any weather, much more practical than real candles for most situations. Experiment with hanging heights and groupings. Odd numbers often look most natural. Wrap mason jar rims with jute for rustic charm or leave them clean for modern appeal. Make them uniquely yours by adding personal touches like etched designs or decorative wire wrapping. LED tea lights last months and aren't affected by rain or wind. Store glass lanterns indoors during severe weather to prevent breakage. Replace batteries seasonally for reliable illumination throughout growing season. Project 4. Broken pot fairy gardens. When terracotta pots crack or shatter, most gardeners see disaster, but we see opportunity for magic. Broken pot fairy gardens create miniature landscapes that spark imagination and invite closer inspection. These tiny worlds nestled among larger plantings become discovery zones that delight children and adults alike, proving that even garden accidents can become treasured features. Save your own broken pots or ask local nurseries for damaged inventory they'd otherwise discard. Gather small pebbles from driveways or creek beds, moss from shady areas of your yard, and miniature plants like baby's tears or tiny succulents. Add small figurines from dollar stores or craft shops, 5 to 15 total. Create multiple fairy gardens for under $30, using primarily free or very low-cost material. Nestle fairy gardens at tree bases, tuck them into larger planter compositions, or create dedicated fairy areas in quiet garden corners. Surround with shade-loving plants like hostas or ferns that complement the miniature scale. Choose spots where natural discovery feels magical, behind curved paths, near garden benches, or in secluded alcoves where visitors might stumble upon them unexpectedly. Layer broken pot pieces to create terraced landscapes, using the natural crack patterns as design guide. Start with larger structural pieces, then add details like pebble paths and moss carpets. Remember, each broken pot has unique possibilities. Work with what you have rather than forcing predetermined design. Let children help with placement and decoration. Their imagination often creates the most enchanting results. Terracotta weathers beautifully, developing character over time. Bring delicate accessories indoors during harsh weather, and refresh moss and plants seasonally. Consider winter interest with tiny evergreen sprigs or preserved materials during dormant months. Project 5. Tin Can Herb Towers. Transform your collection of empty food cans into a vertical herb garden that brings fresh flavors just steps from your kitchen door. These space-saving towers maximize growing potential in minimal square footage, while creating striking architectural elements that prove function and beauty can coexist perfectly. Imagine snipping fresh basil for dinner from your own upcycled creation. Collect various sized cans from your weekly cooking. Tomato cans, coffee containers, large soup cans work perfectly. Remove labels, file smooth any sharp edges, and drill drainage holes in bottoms. Add outdoor spray paint 80 under 12, wooden dowels for stacking $5, and herb plants or seeds. Create impressive towers for under $35 while reducing kitchen waste. Start saving cans a few weeks ahead for size variety. Position near kitchen doors, on sunny patios, or against south-facing walls where herbs receive 6+ hours of sunlight. Mount to fence rails or pallet boards for vertical space saving, or create freestanding towers using wooden stakes. Plant culinary favorites like basil, parsley, chives, oregano, and thyme for constant harvest. Arrange by height with trailing herbs like thyme at top levels. Paint cans in coordinating colors or create ombre effects that complement your outdoor decor. Graduate sizes from large cans at bottom to smaller ones above for stability and visual appeal. Don't worry about perfection. Slight variations in alignment add handmade charm. Consider your cooking habits when choosing herbs. Plant what you'll actually use and enjoy. Bring towers under cover during severe weather, or plant in removable containers for flexibility. Remember, these ideas are meant to spark your creativity. Make them uniquely yours. Every garden is different. Every gardener has different needs, and every trash to treasure transformation should reflect your personal style and space. Use these projects as starting points for your own innovations. Your version might be even better than anything we could imagine. At the end of the day, it's not just about the projects we create, it's about the garden sanctuary we build for ourselves and our family. Each upcycled planter, repurposed container, and transformed castoff represents something deeper: our commitment to creativity, sustainability, and making beauty from the overlook. These projects prove that extraordinary gardens aren't built with unlimited budgets, they're built with unlimited imagination. When we transform trash into treasure, we're not just saving money or reducing waste. We're creating spaces that tell our story, reflect our values, and invite us to slow down and appreciate the magic that happens when we get our hands dirty and let our creativity bloom. Every time you water that pallet wall or harvest herbs from tin can towers, you'll feel the satisfaction of having created something beautiful with your own hands. That's the real treasure we're after. Which of these ideas would work best in your garden? I'd love to hear about your own upcycling garden wins in the comments below. Share photos of your trash to treasure transformations. We celebrate every creative solution, no matter how big or small. If you're inspired to try any of these projects, tag us in your garden photo. There's nothing we love more than seeing your unique interpretations and creative twists. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical garden inspiration. And remember, the best gardens are built one creative idea at a time. Happy gardening, fellow treasure hunters.